Hey, glad I caught you. So you know how when a new console releases, they generally have a pretty limited launch lineup of games? Well, the Steam Deck doesn't really have that problem. That's because it's not exactly a console, it's a PC. And it has access to hundreds, maybe thousands of games within the PC gaming library. So with that many games, you're probably thinking to yourself, where can I get the best deals on those games? That's exactly what we're here to find out. Where you can get the best deals on deck. One extra little thing, I was trying to capture some footage directly from the Steam Deck, and I was only able to get it to work maybe about a third of the time, so I'm just going to check in some screenshots here and there. Hope that's good enough.
To save you some time, the best place to get games for your Steam Deck is going to be from Steam itself. All the games you have installed will show up in a clean and sleek looking library like this. The Steam Deck uses SteamOS, which runs off of Arch Linux. Not all games run well on Linux, so to make up for this, the Steam Deck uses a compatibility layer called Proton. That being said, games on Steam fall into one of 4 categories, depending on their compatibility with the Steam Deck. And it's pretty important to know this information, so pay attention. First, you have verified games. These should run perfectly fine on your Steam Deck. If they have any caveats, they'll be listed just below the verification criteria, like in this case, how the game won't automatically switch to any external controller, so you have to make sure to do that manually if you're playing in a dock type of setup or something. Then you have playable games. These require some extra effort from the user in order to play. It can be as minor as having to navigate a launcher using the touchscreen, or needing to invoke the on-screen keyboard to type in your character's name or something like that. In other cases, a game may have no native controller support, so you would either have to configure these controllers yourself, or download someone else's controller configuration. Untested games just haven't been fully, officially tested yet. They may work, or they may not. Once they have been tested, they'll fit in one of the other categories. And last, you have unsupported games. These are usually VR games, or games that use an anti-cheat that isn't supported on SteamOS. Some unsupported games don't exactly list why the game isn't supported, and if you play the game yourself, you might find that it works perfectly fine. The reason is that Valve is pretty picky with their verification criteria. Even if 99% of the game works properly, but 1% does not, the game will be labeled as unsupported. If you check ProtonDB, you can see more specific details about games that work on the Steam Deck, or at least games that work on Proton. Arkham City has a gold rating on Proton, yet it's unsupported on the Steam Deck. Perhaps someone on ProtonDB will have found some unofficial workaround to get the game functioning just fine on Steam Deck, so don't let every unsupported game get you down. Even something like the Master Chief Collection has an option to launch the game without its anti-cheat. And while you do lose access to certain modes, you can play the campaigns just fine on Steam Deck. It's a tad outside the scope of this video to cover in detail, but you could also install Windows on your Steam Deck in case your absolute favorite games aren't compatible with SteamOS on the Steam Deck. All that being said, I haven't really answered a thing. Where the hell do I get the best deals, I hear you ask? Well, I'm going to point you to a few cool websites to look at. The first 2 are going to be Humble Bundle and Fanatical. These websites are bundle websites, where you can buy bundles of games for pretty cheap prices. When you buy a game from these websites, they give you a game key, which is a code you can redeem on Steam. Some bundles you get to customize or build your own, they like to call it. Other bundles have different tiers in case you don't care to buy the highest tiers. Fanatical even mentions if a game is Steam Deck verified, and has a whole category for the verified and playable games, so you don't have to constantly cross-reference. They even have mystery bundles, if you're into that, where you'll probably get crap, but supposedly have a chance to win an awesome AAA game for like $1. Humble Bundle usually donates a portion of your purchase to charity, and you can also customize that amount. There's actually an amazing bundle right now. It's the Stand With Ukraine bundle, where 100% of the proceeds go to charities that support vital humanitarian crisis relief efforts for the people of Ukraine. I purchased the bundle myself and have a few spare keys to give away for games like Starbound and Wargroove. I'll leave the games that I have keys for in the description, and if you want one, just leave a comment on what you'd like, and I'll reach out to you. But for the price, it's an amazing deal that supports great causes. It also comes with some extra goodies, like software and models you can print, comics, that kind of stuff. Humble Bundle also has a monthly subscription service that used to be called Humble Monthly. Then it was changed a bit, so they rebranded to Humble Choice. Now it was changed again recently, but they kept the name. Humble Choice subscribers get games to keep every month, access to the Humble Games collection, and a discount on games in the Humble store. It starts at a 10% discount and eventually moves up to a 20% discount if you're subscribed for a whole year consecutively. It used to be you always had the 20% discount if you were subscribed, but they changed it because they got greedy and they wanted people to keep their subscriptions for longer. That extra money seems to come out of charity's pocket too, since you are able to sacrifice your discount and give that extra money to charity if you like. Now new subscribers only have a 10% discount to play with instead of 20%. This discount does stack on top of sales currently going on, so you can usually buy games for stupid cheap. I actually pre-ordered Dying Light 2 and Elden Ring on the Humble Store with a 20% discount. And these were pre-orders, so that was pretty cool. I was even able to give that discount to one friend each month, though I can't seem to find that option anymore. Not sure why they decided to hide that on me. Anyways, it's kind of hard to recommend Humble Choice now with their recent changes. The games you get every month used to always be Steam games, but now they might give keys to other game stores, like Origin in this case. And that just makes things less ideal. Plus they screwed over the discount system, and it just sucks now. It's still great to buy bundles here though. And if you're still interested in getting Humble Choice, I think I have a referral code somewhere, maybe. If I do, I'll put it in the description, but I think they just give in-store credit anyways, so it's not a big loss for me if you decide not to use it. The next site I wanted to talk about was Green Man Gaming. The great part about this site is that they have what is basically membership loyalty rewards through their XP system. Buy games, get XP, and get more deals based on your XP. It doesn't take much XP at all to get the best deals, and they often stack on top of regular sales as well. If I still had my active Humble Choice subscription, I could buy Elden Ring at a 20% discount. Without needing a subscription, just for buying games on Green Man Gaming and having the XP already, I can get my 20% Elden Ring discount here instead. They also have XP bonus packs if you just want to get those sweet XP deals, and these usually come with a chance to get some extra goodies too, if you're into that. If you're not sure if these websites are offering good prices, you can check out SteamDB to see accurate pricing details of games on Steam. You can see the lowest price a game has been, all the times a game has been on sale, and what sales those were, like if it was the Steam Winter Sale or something. Using this, you can usually predict the next time a game will go on sale, as well as compare if you're getting a good price for that game. But when the game goes on sale, how do you keep track through all these websites? And that's where IsThereAnyDeal comes into play. It'll track the price of games through the 3 websites we talked about, as well as a few more. But I only have experience purchasing games through the 3 websites that I've mentioned. It will even list coupon codes if there are any. This will make keeping track of the best deals simple, but there are some downsides to the websites we talked about. Remember how I said they sell game keys that you redeem on Steam? Well, they can actually sell out of stock. And not only can they sell out of stock, they may only carry keys to redeem the game on a different platform like Epic Games, or they might just straight up not have any keys for the game you're looking for. Also, they may have different refund policies, and if you run into problems, you'll have to deal with their support team instead of Valve. Look, I trust and have used each of these websites multiple times, but there are gray market game key sellers as well. Websites like G2A, Kingwin, and CD Keys. I would generally stay away from these websites as you usually have no idea how these game keys were obtained. The only site I sort of trust is CD Keys. I've used them before with no issue and have gotten refunds from them as well. But I would still stay on the side of caution and steer clear from the gray market stuff. Follow these tips and you can always stay on top of the best deals for Steam games. I do have some bonus tips for you though. On the Steam Deck's desktop mode, you can download Heroic Games Launcher, which lets you access your Epic Games and GOG game libraries. The only really amazing thing about Epic Games is that they give it a free game every week. No subscription or anything needed. It's just yours to keep. I've never bought a game on the Epic Game Store. I don't even have any form of payment associated with my account. Every game in my library there was just from me logging on every week for the past couple of years and claiming free games. I think they change free games every Thursday, so make sure to set up a reminder and make an account. You'll build up a huge library before you even know it. Completely free. I've gotten free games for GOG as well, but there isn't some weekly schedule for it. Usually if there's a free game here, I get a notification from some gaming deal tracker things I've joined. Being Canadian, I like to keep track of r/Video Game Deals Canada. The Twitter account, L. Babbins is also amazing to follow for things like this. Wario64 if you like to keep track of the American deals. And don't worry if you're feeling lost about all this information. I put all the links in the description below. Oh, and don't forget, I've got spare game keys from the Ukraine bundle thing. I'll keep the description updated with anything that I have available, so comment what you'd like and I'll reach out.
And there you have it. The best places to get deals on deck. Now you can add tons of games to your library that'll just sit and rot in your backlog. But at least you can chug that backlog around with you now. If you enjoyed this video, thanks. It really does mean a lot. I appreciate you and everything you do. Ciao.